Right, good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're all doing well out there. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video to get me out to a wider audience, and any comments or questions that you might have, please feel free to leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to be talking about Hedera again today and an article I've just read regarding how it could be about to switch bullish after a few days of price decline. Before I get to that, I'll have a brief look at the cryptocurrency market just to get a feel for where we're at. We've currently got a market cap of $1.02 trillion, which is a decline of 0.59% over the last 24 hours. 24-hour trading volume of $30 billion, and Bitcoin dominance is currently at 42.3%. Bitcoin itself currently trading at 22.4. Majority of the top 10 is down around 5%. Bitcoin down 5%, Ethereum down 5%, BNB 6%, Cardano down 9% over the last week, same as Doge. Polygon's down 10%, which is quite surprising. It's been doing quite well, but when you look at that chart, actually not as well as I'd thought. Solana is giving back a lot of the gains it's made over the last few months since the FTX thing. Biggest rise in the last 24 hours. Decentraland's the only one that stands out, and GMX, they're both up over 3%, but that's nothing in the grander scheme of things of crypto. But yeah, it's just one of those days. It's just flat. It's been flat, not flat, but it's been like in a gradual decline, the market, over the last few weeks. Well, no, 2 weeks really when you think about it. So looking at the chart, you can see that we've had this lovely run up. We were supported by this trend line, but we've broken through it. I've marked on my buy zones, and we've wicked into it 3 times now. So this level at 0.064 really is proving like quite strong support. You can see it's tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times now. The only thing that worries me, the more time you test support, the more likely it is eventually to break through. But in the meantime, it is nice to see that we are sort of leveling off, and I could see a push coming to the upside. So let's move on to the article. This is just going to be a very quick video because I've just read this article, and it's saying that bulls are coming into the market, so there could be a little bit of a rally coming through. So HBAR investors' sentiment shifts thanks to these factors at play. HBAR bulls demonstrate readiness to take over as the bears grow weak. The coin's latest report, coupled with short-term support retest, is likely to be the reason behind the sentiment shift. The Hedera network is still one of the layer 1 blockchains that have been rapidly gaining popularity. While this was a big factor for HBAR's bullish bounce since the start of the year, it has not been enough to prevent the loss of a third of its year-to-date gains. HBAR has so far declined by roughly 36% from its year-to-date peak in February. However, it is now clear that the bears are losing their momentum after dominating for over 3 weeks now. Bullish signs are now already starting to pile up, suggesting that a potential pivot might be in the works. Investors have been keen on the slowdown of HBAR's momentum. The recent spike in the weighted sentiment metric as a clear indication that investors have shifted to bullish expectations. In fact, the weighted sentiment just concluded last week with a surge to its highest level in the past 4 weeks. Also, the price volatility metric ended February at its lowest monthly level, but is now showing a return to high volatility. In addition, these changes are taking place at a time when the network's developers are in full swing. HBAR retests short-term support. HBAR's price action recently bottomed out at 0.062 price level, which previously acted as short-term price support level. So far, the price was up for the second consecutive day, the last time such an observation was made before February the 20th. So 0.062, I believe that's where it is on my chart. Oh, don't do this to me. There you go. I've got it at 0.064-ish, 0.062, so exactly where they've got it. So our analysis is in line. So where are we? The coin's slight upside in the last 2 days indicates that some bullish activities have been taking place after the support retest. However, this does not necessarily mean it's immune from more downside. The price is yet to enter into oversold territory despite hovering above this zone. So that'll be on the not MACD, RSI, sorry. I don't use the RSI much at these days. Meanwhile, the MFI was bearish, suggesting that buying pressure is still low. The time of this support retest is also noteworthy. The end of the bearish momentum occurred the same time that Hedera reported that it so far processed more than 4 billion transactions. It also reported radical growth so far this year, courtesy of healthy enterprise adoption of its Hedera consensus service. So here we go. This year, Hedera network has seen a sustained massive uptick in its transaction volume, the bulk of it being a result of increased enterprise utilization of the Hedera consensus service, its decentralized public notary and system of immutable record. I believe I've covered this in a previous video, but if you want to click that tweet, you can read through this trade because you can see it's one of 3. I'll link the article down below. The transaction count milestone reportedly represents Hedera's main net transactions with a 400 TPS average. The report is likely the reason for the return of investors' confidence observed in the weighted sentiment. The subsequent demand remains relatively subdued despite pivot expectations. A potential reason for this is a surge in the overall crypto market's bearish expectations for March. Yeah, the whole market is looking fairly bearish. I forgot to look at Hedera's price, page on CoinMarketCap. You can see we're down 1.51% against the US dollar, trading at 0.064, down 1.46% against Bitcoin. We're on like just under half a 500,000 watch list. So it's not like a massively followed cryptocurrency. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of people, but when you consider the number of watch lists things like Cardano are on, it's still like, if you're in this, you're still fairly early. Sentiment, absolute nonsense, because people are talking about things that have absolutely nothing to do with HBAR, so it's not really worth taking any notice of. Let's drop down to the 4 hourly, see if we can see anything there. Yeah, it's in a nice little consolidation there, so you could be accumulating at these levels, DCA and in, not financial advice. I don't do financial advice. But going further back, zooming out, you can see that the price has been declining steadily since like the 19th of February. Pretty much, it's just been a downward trajectory. But hopefully we will react to this level. It is providing key support, and we could see our way back up to 0.081. Anyway, I'll wrap it up for there. So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video to help me reach a wider audience, and any comments or questions you might have, price predictions and whatnot, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.